The caption on this video reads, "Dear Trump and National Guard." Let's check it out.
This message is for Team Trump and the National Guards. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta next. I know y'all done cleaned Memphis up. I see so many videos of Memphis happy. And as a homeowner, as a working man, as an entrepreneur, come to Atlanta. I beg of you. Get these YNs off these streets. Get these water boys off these streets. Come on. Because these males ain't doing shit. These ain't doing shit, Trump. Come to Atlanta. National Guard. Come on. Get these young out of here. Get these YNs out of here. Come on.
So here we have a man. We have a black man who's literally saying, please, Trump, come to Atlanta. What do you guys think of that? I've got some points to make in regards to another video I saw. I'm going to check it out right after this. Let's keep listening.
Come on. National Guard, I see the work you doing in Memphis. I'm not one of them. I'm a black man. I'm a black man. I ain't like these other. I don't give a fuck about all that what the say. I care about me walking outside. Well, walking my dog without having to walk with a goddamn pew-pew. Bring Atlanta back. Bring old Atlanta back. Get rid of these YNs and these single mom raising them. So let's do it, Trump. Bring the National Guard to Atlanta and send them right down there by the goddamn Mercedes-Benz Dome. Let them sit right there all through West End. Stay on up through there, all through West End by the Krispy Kreme. Right there. Park it right there by the West End Mall. Get them all. Get them.
Oh, man. So the thing that shocked me the most that I have to learn recently is people truly do have selective outrage. And maybe we're all guilty of this, right? Maybe to a small degree, we're all guilty of it. However, never have I seen it more obviously than I see it now. The same people who claim to care about Palestine are nowhere to be seen during the celebrations and the progress that's been made because, people say, oh, it's not perfect yet, whatever. It's progress. And you would think some people would acknowledge that, but they don't. And then came this video of this woman who says, I feel safe. Thank you, Trump. And she was talking about National Guard, who has made its presence known there in Memphis. And of course, a lot of people disagree with the Trump administration for enacting the Insurrection Act, but that's what he's chosen to do. And the result of this have been numerous videos that I've seen personally of people saying, wow, we feel safe. And these aren't people who are necessarily political. These are people who are just experiencing the effects of the National Guard being present. And instead of people saying, okay, well, I guess that's a good thing. That's progress. That's good to know for those children, for a mother such as this. They are instead hurling insults. How dare you be honest about your experience? And of course, they're calling them coons, so on and so forth, right? And listen, you just have to accept, like I've said in the past, that voicing out your opinion online when it comes to controversial issues today and receiving backlash, it's a fixed cost and there's no getting rid of it. The Coffee Pod is backed by FathersHaveRights.com. One of the most shocking things an attorney revealed in our prenuptial agreement guide is that times are changing. More and more women are the ones demanding prenups. Yes, typically a man will be more hesitant, more afraid to bring up the conversation of a prenuptial agreement before marriage. However, women who are protecting their assets have no problem making it very clear that they will not get married without a prenuptial agreement, especially women who are the primary earners or came from a family with money or business. So the idea that only men care about prenups is a myth. When women who plan to get married have something to protect, they protect it. So my question to all future husbands is, why shouldn't you? Well, the good news is it's not too late. If you need a prenup but don't know where to start, click the link pinned to the top of the comment section and take the first step in protecting your future marriage today.
Some of y'all might get mad at me. And at this point, I don't give a damn. I'm not into politics. I'm not into all of that extra stuff that people be losing their life over. I ain't into all that. We human, whatever. But I will say thank you to Trump for bringing these National Guards and doing what they're doing down here in Memphis right now. For the first time in 5 years. I've been in my home for 5 years. And for the first time, my kids have been able to play in the backyard and be able to do it comfortably.
Mm.
I haven't heard a gunshot in 2 weeks. I haven't seen strange people walk up and down the street. Just a few weeks ago, I had somebody walk on the side of my house. None of that action's going on. I haven't seen no young YNs at the store posted. I haven't seen an Infinity fly past me in weeks. I'm sitting on my porch right now, and I'm watching kids outside playing. People outside walking with their kids, stuff I ain't never seen before living in my neighborhood. But all because we feel safe in this environment, unfortunately, because of the things that are happening here in the city. I hate it had to be this way, but I'm happy.
She can't even comfortably express her happiness because she knows she will be attacked. And at this point, you just have to know what you value and stand for in this life and understand that you can't please anybody, right? Jesus couldn't please the world. They killed him too.
I'm happy. Honestly, I truly feel that this is just a band-aid to the problem. I don't think this is going to completely fix everything. But to have a moment of peace, just thank you, Jesus.
All right, let's check out a few of these comments with people have to say. Top comment, he says, proud to say I voted for this. Somebody else who says the fact that people are against safety in their communities is crazy. Here's another person who says, dang, this is eye-opening for me. Interesting. Somebody responded back and says, Democrats don't care if y'all feel safe in y'all own neighborhoods. They ignore people living in these type of neighborhoods. There has to be a part of, because as somebody who gave up on aligning myself strongly with a particular party, I've tried them both. You know, I voted for Democrats probably the majority of my life. And as I got older, I became more conservative, and I've also voted Republican. But you'd think a few people would look at this and say, why haven't previous presidents taken these type of drastic steps to ensure that people in unsafe neighborhoods feel safe? That has to register in some people's minds. It won't be most of them because, again, they can't give credit in any sense of the word at all if they disagree with who's actually bringing that change.
So that black lady from Memphis got on here and said that she finally got a little smidget of peace because she can walk outside with her kids and they can go play, and she ain't heard a gunshot go off in about 2-3 weeks since, you know, Trump's done sent the goddamn National Guard out there to Memphis. And turned around and said she a coon ass Trump supporter and she supporting Trump and shit like that. And all she said was her children can go outside and she ain't had to worry about or hear no gunshots pop off in her street for 3 weeks, and she got a smidget of peace. And that's what y'all need. And y'all heard that and said, oh, you a coon. That's what's wrong with y'all. That's why all this black community, black blah blah blah, all this bliggity black shit y'all get on here and preach about, oh, the YNs and all this Deontay Kyle and bullshit that y'all sit here and hug and preach. I ain't trying to hear that shit because it all circled back around to Pookie and Ray Ray and Bonquisha sympathizing. Them running, ain't no white man, no oppression, no system, no school to prison pipeline putting them drugs in his hands, them switches in his hands, telling him to go and terrorize the community. None of that shit. None of that shit. That's making bad choices, choosing to do that shit, choosing to live that life. Just that hood shit is a mentality. Just because you live in the hood don't mean you gotta trash where the you live at. Go niggas, go pick up some trash, clean up the neighborhoods that we live in. How about that shit? But now y'all rather stand and post up on the fucking block, post up at the gas station and terrorize the people that's out here trying to make a fucking living, not to be like you. Them niggas go out there and do that shit and run the streets out there in Memphis the same way they do out there in Atlanta. My partner police out there in Atlanta, they ain't got enough. Oh, why the fuck you think they got rid of Keisha Lansbottom? Because she wasn't doing shit. She over here. So now they done got the new goddamn mayor. That man, he done equipped them police with what the fuck they need to go and clear them little niggas up out of there, bruh. Ain't no talking and getting through to them. The fuck you talking about? We don't police our own community, but now the white man sitting the fucking National Guard and now it's, oh, they Nazis and they this. Nah, how about we clean them little niggas off the fucking street and stop letting them terrorize everybody? Oh, but we ain't gonna do that because no snitching, right? Mind you, majority of Memphis police force is black. Just like in Atlanta. What, a couple years ago, that task force that beat that dude, black and blue in Memphis, they was black. All the officers was black. Like, I just really wish we would acknowledge that there is a section within our community that just can't be saved, don't want to be saved, and gonna live that bullshit. And they gotta be policed. By us, by the white man, who the fuck ever. They gotta be policed. But the fact that that woman said that and y'all turn around and talking about she coon, she this and she that, bro, that's some. But y'all, all right, y'all live in delusion about the state of some of these bruh. A bunch of Pookie sympathizers. I'm sick of that shit, bruh. Sick of that shit. Mind you, the National Guard and them came up there because of them. And they in the house playing Call of Duty right now because they scared. Because they only want to terrorize us, people that look like them, civilians. But like I said, y'all make excuses for them and y'all defend them because they be y'all cousins, y'all nephews, y'all brothers, y'all baby daddies, y'all uncles, y'all daddies, y'all granddaddies. That's why y'all always defend these. Go out there and talk to some of them old folk that live in these neighborhoods. The old cities out there, the old parts of Atlanta, old parts of them folks, them old folk that done been there. They done seen their neighborhoods turn into that shit. Yeah, it was the hood, yeah, but when we used to take care of the hood. Used to keep trash out there, kept the grass cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, used to take pride in the shit they had. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. That shit is a mentality. Because that's why when them same move out said hood or get out said hood, they always find themselves doing the same shit because it's up here. It's a fucking parasite. Bruh.
Somebody else here says, this just blessed my heart. This person, he says, Trump is a smart man. He's proving that the Dem leaders could have been solved the problem, but there's no money in saving black lives. You know, somebody said they expected Obama to fix a lot of the stuff that they see Donald Trump doing. Let's go read these comments underneath the Trump please come to Atlanta post. Top commenter says, y'all start voting red. Somebody responded back to that and says, I've been voting red 16 years now. Somebody else here added here from Memphis, bro. And we are glad they are here. The city is a whole different place. People can't, these are the comment sections. They don't benefit anything from making this up. But why does this anger people so much that there's positivity happening as a result of exactly this? Would it be better that nothing's done and even more tragic lives are lost? People feel unsafe, so on and so forth.
So now y'all mad at the lady in Memphis for speaking her truth about feeling safe in her neighborhood after 5 years of living there now that the National Guards came in. She never said she supported Trump. She never said nothing about politics. She says she don't even get into politics. But I guess y'all conveniently missed that part. Not only are a lot of y'all stupid, you have serious comprehension issues, which plays into why you're so stupid. I've been saying we got to separate since I got on this app because there's just a portion of the black community that is problematic. You just can't help them, right? They would rather see us all fail as a whole than to fix an issue.
That's very true. I think a lot of liberals are that way too, right? They don't have any solutions. They just want to see establishments crash and burn. It brings them joy to imagine the whole world on fire, right? That's their solution.
Right? They want everybody to fail. There's no help in this side of the community. They're ignorant. Anytime you can hear somebody get online and tell you that they happy that their children can play outside and they finally feel safe in the neighborhood that they live in, and the first thing that come to your mind is you make them the problem or you make them the enemy, instead of acknowledging that it's a problem that somebody can live in a neighborhood and their children have to be locked up in the house because they're scared that if they go outside that they could get shot. The fact that you can't see a problem with that shows that you are the true enemy of this community. But the thing about these type of black people is that they play this reverse psychology and they make the people who want better for the community become the problem. Right? Anybody that speak out against it, anybody who speak any type of common sense about it, they make that person seem like they the one who is actually the problem, to eliminate themselves from being exposed as the true enemy in this community. I done had this group of degenerates try to call me all kinds of things on this app, but the only thing that you could ever call me that would actually insult me is if you thought that I was relatable. If you called me relatable, I don't want to be relatable to a bunch of failures, a bunch of losers who've done nothing with their life, nothing productive.
Oh, Dan is going in.
Yet cause issues to the community. I don't ever want to be relatable to you. I want to be relatable to the Black people who actually want to be something in life. The hardworking Black people who don't make excuses and they actually are productive members of society. Those are the only Black people I want to be relatable to.
You know what's interesting about what she's saying? I actually do remember seeing videos of people coming at her in particular and other people. Because once you do the content thing, especially a lot of us here on YouTube, you know, we source content from Instagram, and TikTok is another big one as well that we react to and do commentary to. But what I realize is people sort of push you because of their vitriol and their hatred and their closed-mindedness and just how much they attack you. Eventually you just get fed up and draw a line in the sand and you say, hey, I can't support that. Which is why I had to speak out when Charlie Kirk got shot. No, I do not support words meaning violence. It's insane.
But I don't ever want a bunch of failures looking to me and calling me relatable or even thinking that I want to be part of a group with you. There's an elevator going up and you can't go. You already been left behind, right? I always say you need to be left behind, but you've already been left behind. That's why you are where you are right now in life, because life has left you behind, and life will continue to leave you and your ignorant mindset behind. While everybody goes on to do better in life, to succeed, you'll still be going in that vicious circle of nothing that you're in right now. And until you're ready to make a change and actually open up your eyes and acknowledge the problematic behaviors that you exhibit and that you congratulate, you'll continue to be in that vicious cycle. And us Black people who want better for ourselves and our families, we will continue to succeed. And there's no name that you can call us that we will care about, because we live in the real world, not the internet. Right? You can say whatever you want to on the internet, but when you log off, you live in that miserable life that you've created for yourself. Meanwhile, we're living in the life that we've created for ourselves, which is a good life away from you. So again, I don't have to say that we need to leave you behind, because you've already been left behind and you'll continue to stay behind, and we don't want you where we are.
When the sis in Memphis says she's grateful because the last 2 weeks it's been quiet, it's been peaceful, her kids have been able to play, and y'all have a problem with that, it's becoming real clear who the enemy is. When you put your politics above the safety of Black women and Black children, you have completely lost the plot. And the mayor of Memphis is a Black man. He's been in office since January 2024. He's had a year and 9 or 10 months to do what Trump did in 2 weeks. One brother from Memphis said they rounded up 16 convicted murderers. Like, what? And how often do Black women say, part of the reason we're not soft, we're not feminine, is because we always have to have our guard up. We don't feel secure. We don't feel safe. And here's this Black woman saying for this 2 weeks, she and her children have been able to function in peace. And y'all are mad at her. Y'all are the enemy. Y'all are the enemy.
All right, a few of these comments. Top comment here says, everyone deserves a safe community. Someone else here says, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I agree with that lady and you wholeheartedly. I'm enjoying the quiet while I can. That's sad. That's sad that people want them gone just because they hate Trump so much. And they don't mind how this affects the young children. Of course, they'll say there's a better way of doing this and going about this. Well, if there is, why didn't the previous administrations, Democrats, get it done? Listen, I'm happy to hear the families feel safe. I'm happy to see that differences are being made in these communities. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.